Bill, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for asking me to speak tonight. As Bill said, I come from Mandarin Oriental background over at Brickell Key. And prior to that, I was with the Four Seasons Group, 3 years at Washington, D.C., and 3 years in San Diego. Actually, which is where I met Rosa Boulevard. She came in and did some work with me. But I want to tell you a little bit about Fontainebleau. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. Fontainebleau was built in 1954. Founding architect Morris Lapidus, was famous for his bow tie floors. And someone on the way in, I think it was Carrie, that mentioned, I'm glad you didn't get rid of the bow tie floors because that was part of our history. Something that Morris Lapidus said that I want to share with you guys. So Morris Lapidus said, if you create a stage and it is grand, everyone who enters will play their part. So remember that, because I'm going to come back to that. And it's one of our passion statements, which is, the stage is yours, live your part, okay? So Fontainebleau was built in 1954, and I want to share with you a quick video. It is said that this gentleman here made Fontainebleau, put Fontainebleau on the map. This is Jerry Lewis in the 1960 film, The Bellboy. It has gone through many changes. And basically, I want to take you to a current video clip of, we opened back in November of 2008, and we had the fortunate experience of opening the resort with the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And it put us really on the map as far as relaunching the brand. So I want to show you a quick video clip that we have from our marketing department of the Victoria's Secret fashion show and with Heidi Klum, and this was from November of 2000. I was there. Just by a quick show of hands, I know you're having dinner, but who's on the finance side of the house? Yeah? On the IT side? All right. Excellent. Bill, excellent job on getting more IT people. This should be just stacked with more finance people. So we've had our fair share of challenges opening the resort. I just want to go through a quick, I know the video showed a bit of our offerings, but I want to talk about some of, just a general overview. Like Heidi Klum said, we have 11 restaurants. It includes a nightclub and ultra lounge. So I'll just show you some quick shots if you haven't gone on a tour. If you would like to go on a tour, I'll make one available after the presentation. But this is Vita. This is our 3-meal restaurant. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, offering a Latin cuisine. And Vita is Spanish for life. That's another shot. It's an open kitchen. And then we have Solo, which is our coffee shop just off the lobby. This is Fresh. It's our quick serve, offering gelatos, sorbets, and salads, pizzas. Blade is our ultra lounge. It's also our adult pool. Now, Live Nightclub, I invite everyone to go there tonight. It's open on Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. This is off the lobby. This is the Blue Bar, and the floor is actually blue. And then La Côte, which is off the pool. It's our Saint-Tropez cuisine. Glow Bar is off the pool as well. We have Gotham Steak featuring Alfred Pertal. And this is Scott Conant. I want to pause here for a moment because Scott Conant he's basically the chef de cuisine for our restaurant Scarpetta. And Scott Conant was just recently voted by New York Times Magazine as the 3rd best restaurant in New York City. So, and he just recently got awarded, was one of the nominees for the James Beard Award. So that's a great mention there. And then we have Lapis, our 40,000 square foot spa with 33 treatment rooms. And then we have 3 retail shops, which is Morris & Company, which is off the lobby, Aquamarine, that features swimwear, and then Ida & Harry's, which is men's and women's apparel. I wanted to take a moment to mention Howard Carroll, and he's our Chief Operating Officer. And the reason why I mentioned him, he was in the video. He came from Kerzner International, and when he joined us, had a vision and about service. And you can't talk about technology without talking about service first, because at the end of the day, the fundamentals is the service that we offer. And now I know there's Jason, Mandarin Oriental. I was there, and Four Seasons. I want to share with you a quick chart and show you where we are trying to be on the map. This is kind of like Maslow's theory for hierarchy, if you know Maslow's. At the base, you have the fundamentals, and you have a lot of hotels that operate and the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are your basically clean room, clean sheets. Authenticity is your next level where you have your Rich Carltons operating where they say my pleasure and they're offering good service, but they're also trying to engage with the guests. The next level is where your Mandarin Orientals operate, and this is engagement where they're anticipating the guest needs and they're engaging with the guests and they're going up to them and they're not only meeting their needs, but they're anticipating their needs and they're trying to meet them before they even ask. But a new level that we're working at striving to operate in is what's called co-creation. And this is all, I'm going to give you an example of innovation as it was described to me by a gentleman by the name of Todd Lapidus with C3 Corp. Innovation. We have the wheel that's been here since since, I don't know, very long time, before my time. And then you have a piece of luggage. Yet you combine the two and you have innovation. Now you have a piece of luggage that has a wheel, and you can't buy a luggage piece without it having a wheel to roll around with. That's innovation. Now, co-creation. The best example I can give you for co-creation is a few years back, you buy an album, and when you bought that album, basically you were subject to all of the songs on that album. Didn't mean you liked every song on that album. However, you bought the album and you had every song. Now you have the iPod or an MP3 player. I have an iPhone myself, and with the iPhone or an MP3 player, you have the ability to download the song and no longer buy the entire album, but you choose the album that you want to use. So why do I mention that? I mention that because co-creation is the environment that we want to be operating in, where a guest is no longer a bystander on the sidelines, but now the guest is participating and part of the action. The stage is yours, live your part. Where a guest now comes into the hotel and no longer are we catering to the needs, they're being part of their experience. They are co-creating with us. Just like the iPod, I choose a song. I am choosing the album, or the playlist, better said, as opposed to the album. Now the guest comes in and no longer bystander. They are part of the interaction and how they want that experience to be. So that's where we're trying to operate, and that's in the co-creation part. Now I mentioned the service part because you can't add technology without first putting the fundamentals. Without the fundamentals, the authenticity, the engagement, if you just try to go straight for co-creation, everything else will collapse. So you need to have everything else first before you strive for co-creation. You add the technology after you have what the service requirements are. So that's where we're at now. We added a lot of technology around the hotel, but the technology was added only to support what the service and the business wanted. We have what I call the best of breeds for our technology, for our restaurant systems, for our copier needs, and a lot of the vendors are actually around the room. And I'm proud to say that we're very happy with the results of that. As you saw, Howard Carawan mentioned IMAX in every guest rooms, and that's part of our green initiative, which believe it or not, I mean, there's a lot of financiers in the room, and the cost of changing a room compendium, we no longer have to deal with that because it's all done electronically. So the room service menu is all done electronically. Ordering room service, any information about the resort is done electronically through an iMac that's in every guest room. And that's just the fundamentals, that's just the basis. Is actually now in development. We have the next phase being developed, and we have a hotel that's opening later this year in Las Vegas, expanding the brand. And with that opening, we hope to have the development of the iMac project in place where we can have instant messaging to each other. We can have broadcast messages for group planners. Example is the buses leaving at such and such time, having agendas, and specific marketing to those rooms based on the person who's in there through CRM, which is customer relations management, knowing if they have a preference for Italian food, or maybe they're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. So all of that is possible through the technology that we're putting in.